Recently, I was on this sourcing trip in Mexico, and was taking a bunch of a group of people that are in the e-commerce space and looking at sourcing retail products and stuff in Mexico. Anyway, that's kind of what I do for my day job. When I was down there, of course, I love the food, right? That's the best part of traveling. What I'm going to make now is this like a ranchero type steak. It'd be skirt steak with all these ingredients. Now, I'm kind of learning this, kind of picking up some things as I go along, so bear with me. But I really liked it, and I asked some questions, and I got some answers, and we're gonna see how this goes. So this is way more of a marinade than I would normally make. There's a lot of flavors in here, but we're gonna make this marinade for some skirt steak, and let's get at it. So first thing I have in here is about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, and I'm just gonna add a few peppercorns in there. And then I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1/3 of a cup of orange juice, 1/3 of a cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice, seeds and all, because the lemons we buy, we can't afford the seedless ones, so we buy the ones with seeds in it. Then I have about 1 cup of malt vinegar, 1 cup of water. Of course, I have my salt, about, I don't know, a tablespoon plus, maybe 1.5 tablespoons, I think. Some cumin, some white pepper, about another tablespoon of each of those. Some chili powder, about another tablespoon, I think, of that. And then I do oregano. I do both a ground oregano and the dried leaf oregano. So I got that in there. Some ground cloves, about, I don't know, 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon, I think. I'm gonna whisk that together. Now this makes a pretty big batch of marinade. I'm gonna save some of this marinade for later, and I'm gonna use some of it right away. I'm gonna whisk that together, and then I'm going to add the freshly chopped cilantro, which smells fantastic.
It does.
That is my trusted assistant, my lovely daughter, who is manning the camera while I do the marinade. Because this will be another, like, one of those 2-parters that, with the magic of technology, you'll be able to watch it all at one time because of the editing. But I'm gonna be making it over 2 days, because once I get this going, I'm gonna have the steak marinating for an overnight. Now the last thing I'm gonna add are orange slices, which are right here. But what I'm gonna do is, because I'm going to jar some of this and save it for another time and put it in the fridge, which will probably be rather quickly, I'm gonna use part of it to marinate, and then the other part to store and marinate another set later. Okay, so now we have like our beef skirt, which is from our cow that we purchased from a local farmer. It's fantastic. It's the best way to go. So I'm going to place this beef skirt. I'm gonna kind of lightly roll it here and place it in a plastic bag. I'm gonna add the orange slices in there. And then I'm going to add, see, I put some marinade in a jar, got my orange slices and all that stuff in there. That'll be for later. And I'm gonna pour the rest of this into my plastic bag. Oh, I got it. Look at that.
We got it, guys.
So we'll put the rest of that in there. I'm a waste not, want not guy, so I like to try to use everything I can.
Guys, we're also a bacon makes everything better family.
Okay, so here we are a day later. I've taken it out of the bag. I put it on a cutting board, and she looks fantastic. I rinsed her off a little bit, but look at all that fat has gotten nice and dark, so it really soaked in the marinade. And this is gonna be ready to grill here in just a moment. All right, here we go. Let's go put it on the grill. Ooh, it's a fall day, that's for sure. All right, I'm gonna throw it on our charcoal grill here. I prefer charcoal. My feeling is if you're not using charcoal, you're not doing it right, but that's a debate for another time. But we're gonna throw this skirt steak on right now. And I'm gonna let it sit open for about 1 minute. And then I'm gonna shut the top and we'll let it cook for a couple minutes. I'm gonna flip her over and do the same thing again.
Smells amazing.
All right, let's flip this over.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
Smells good too.
All right, let's get this on. I want a nice little char on there too. So we're gonna let this kind of sit for 1 minute as well. All right, we'll put the top on. We're gonna just do a couple more minutes and then we're gonna pull her off and it's gonna look awesome when we slice it up, right, sweetie?
Yes, it is.
Oh, look at that. How's that look, Audrey?
It looks good.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna go in and we're gonna let this rest. I'm gonna put like a little bit of aluminum foil, or maybe even, I might take it even like a top for the pan, and I'm just gonna cover it and let it rest for like 5 minutes, and then we're gonna slice her up. What do you think?
Yes, it smells
All right,
delicious.
let's do it. All right, so I'm gonna hone up my my cutting knife on this. I'm just using just a pretty simple knife here. And we have our skirt steak. I'm just gonna kind of like cut this on the bias. And this thin section is, oh my gosh, very juicy.
It smells so good.
And then we're just gonna slice it to where they're nice bite size. So you can either just pick it up and eat it, or you can pick it up and put it in like a tortilla. And now we're getting to that nice, like rare, medium rare, that thicker part. I like the medium. Look at that color right there, sweetie. Isn't that sweet? Mm-hmm. And it smells amazing. You can really smell that that marinade come through. And I like this part right here. Like, I'm gonna take a little piece right here. See how like right in the center there, it's nice. Look at this.
How does it taste?
Like melts in your mouth. Mmm. This is so good. Hang on a second. I think we should have a guest come in. Mama, you want to come in and try this? We're gonna have Mama try this.
And the cameraman.
Yeah.
Or the camera girl.
Try this.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Mmm.
That's really good.
That is really good.
That is actually
Yeah.
really good.
Thank God.
It's so good.
The color,
So
perfect.
I'm gonna say like this little thing that I learned in Mexico, this ranchera, or some people call it the carne asada. I don't really know what the correct one is. I'm gonna check with my people because I've heard a couple of different phrases, but it's really good. It's gonna be a family hit, and I highly recommend it. If you're looking for something to do, and if you can get yourself some skirt steak, this is like the perfect marinade to make for it. So.
It is. I can taste it, and it's really good.
Okay. As my camera girl daughter, best one that I know, would say, you have to hit subscribe, ring that bell to get notifications, and like the video. Thank you.